Good afternoon and welcome to Lovington Wildcat Baseball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Z94 KZOR Facebook page. This afternoon's game is brought to you by Bob's Thriftway, Western States Insurance, Eunice Pump and Supply, Devon Energy, the First American Bank of Lovington, Lovington Auto Supply in Napa, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Stone Oilfield Services, and the Lovington Municipal Schools. From Wildcat Park, I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan alongside. Evie Stuber keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. So game 4 of the district slate is up between the Cats and the Dogs. The single game before the doubleheader tomorrow, and very important for Lovington to see if they can knock off the Bulldogs here at home and start trying to climb back into the district race. They are 0-3 after last weekend's games against Goddard, while Artesia comes in at 3-0.
Yeah, and Artesia has had a pretty healthy, salty pre-district schedule which they went 9-11, and that probably doesn't really show how strong they are because they played so many 5A teams, during that pre-district, and so many strong teams, period. So they come in 3-0 in district and feeling good with confidence and momentum, and Lovington's got to do a little bit of catch-up here as they're struggling just a little bit this season, 4-14 overall, 0-3 in district, but that is why you play every single game, because it's possible that if they come out here, they put their best stuff out there, they limit their errors and get their bats swinging and don't strand runners and play tight, good baseball, that they can do very well against Artesia.
Well, they certainly can. Let's go ahead and give you the starting lineups for this one this afternoon. We'll start with the visiting Bulldogs of Artesia under head coach J.J. Ortiz. Batting first and playing shortstop will be Nia Estrada. In the number 2 slot, playing left field, Frankie Galindo. Batting third and pitching, Jack Byers. Batting fourth and playing third, De Leon Pacheco. Batting in the 5 slot, playing second, Jet Fuentes. Batting sixth and playing first, Ricky Armandatis. Batting seventh and playing center is Jesse Armandatis. Batting eighth is the DH, Diego Morales. He hits in place of the catcher, Aiden Huffman. And batting ninth and playing right is Caden Beauregard. The rest of the Artesia bench is Josiah Rodriguez, Derek Warren, Jet Whitmire, Edel Villa, Diego Wesson, Charlie Campbell, Connor Tutak, Julian Baeza, David Hammond, Elijah Carrasco, and Andrew Rodriguez. 11 subs for Coach Ortiz and the team in orange. Turning the page for your Lovington Wildcats under head coach Christian Cruz. Batting first and playing second will be Jaden Gutierrez. Batting second, playing shortstop Cameron Ochoa. In the 3rd slot and pitching in the first game of this triple bill over the next 2 days will be Micah Pondo. Moving up and batting in the cleanup spot, playing right field, Fidencio Lujan. Batting 5th, playing center, Ryan Weiser. Batting 6th and playing in left field, Patrick Sanchez. Batting 7th and catching is Ethan Gonzalez. Batting 8th and DHing, Matthew Hernandez. Hernandez hits in place of first baseman Cole McKillop. And batting 9th and playing 3rd is Auden Paredes. The rest of the bench for Lovington is Ruiz, Mitchell, Ghana, Sanchez, that's Paul Sanchez, Mina Bohannon, and Rodriguez. So looking forward to the start of this one. It's going to be about 88 degrees at first pitch, but very windy. Winds out of the west-southwest, steady at 20 to 25 miles an hour and seeing gusts over 40. And the way Wildcat Park is situated, it is blowing straight out. You get one up with anything on it, it gets out of here in a hurry.
Yeah, definitely. And it's going to be a factor in this game. There's no question about it. And the thing of it is, a lot of times our winds will die down as our sun goes down a little bit, but this is just a single game starting at 5, so we're going to get most of this game in, before we start playing under the lights. And tonight the winds are expected to be just as strong pretty much all night long, overnight. So we know we're not going to get much of a break here like we normally would within an hour or so of playing starting this one. So, yeah, and you know what, with all of the pitching, with the pitch count restrictions on you in baseball, these 3-game stands become so wildly unpredictable sometimes, because just depending on how deep your pitching staff is and how you've got to, carve up their time, out on the mound. That's where you get sometimes with these teams that will face each other, you'll get one team winning, 10-2, and then in the second game in that series, that team will lose, 15-1, and then they'll come back and win, a tight one, 8-7 or something. It's just, it really has such a factor that it makes, each 3-game stand for this district season really interesting.
Well, it is, and when you look at the way they've changed the rules and things over the last couple of years, of course, you've got the 3-game series now, at least in the smaller school districts, and actually I think it's that way now through baseball in all of the districts. But if you've got 3 pitchers, you're in pretty good shape, and the way the playoffs work out, you've got that first-round series for the big schools, and then you've got the quarters, the semis, and the finals, 1, 2, 3. So you really need 3 strong pitchers. Was talking to our colleague Joby from Artesia before we came on the air. Artesia goes about 5 deep in the pitching, and apparently they've got 5 pitchers that they can rely on to start, and a lot of them are sophomores. So, yeah.
They're going to be around for a while.
Yeah. And some of the players on their roster, it feels like we've been calling their names for 10 years. Check their birth certificates. For the Wildcats, well, they're getting ready to do the national anthem, so we'll take a timeout, come back with the first pitch as Wildcat baseball continues in a moment.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
And welcome back to Wildcat Park, getting ready for this big district game between the Lovington Wildcats and the Artesia Bulldogs. For the visiting Bulldogs, they are in the Road Orange jerseys with white pinstripe pants and looks like black and white lettering on the front. For your Lovington Wildcats, they're in the home white pinstripes, the white unis with the blue pinstripe, Wildcats in script along the front. Of course, they are wearing the white lids with the blue L As we get ready for the start of this one, I'm TJ Miracle alongside Don Morgan. Thanks for being with us on this windy Thursday afternoon from here in Lovington. So on the hill for the Wildcats, it'll be Micah Pondo. His battery mate is Gonzalez. Then your infield first to third, McKillop, Gutierrez, Ochoa, Paredes. And your outfield left to right will be Sanchez, Weiser, and Lujan. Batting first for Artesia, it'll be Nye Estrada. He'll be followed by Frankie Galindo and then Jack Byers. That is 1, 2, and 3 for these Bulldogs. Again, very windy. We're seeing wind gusts in the 40-mile-an-hour neighborhood here this afternoon, and
plenty of dirt and grit in the air to go along with that as well, and that stings.
I'm glad we're inside.
You get out in the wind, and especially on a natural field like this, where, I'm sure these guys, it looks good, and they've striped it off and they've wetted it down, I'm sure, but it doesn't take long for all of that to start, sand to start flying through the air when you start playing.
No, it does not. So Estrada will step in, and we are ready to go as Pondo will take the hill, and here we go. Game 4 of the district slate, and the first pitch is a fastball on the outside corner, and that will be strike number 1. Pondo with a good fastball. Also throws a cutter, a changeup, and a curveball, and the line, and the pitch swung on, and that one is hit high in the air out to deep left field. Going back is Sanchez at the wall and bobbles it and drops it. Estrada rounds first. He is heading towards second. The throw in not going to be in time, and what should have been a deep routine fly becomes an E7, and Estrada stands at second base just like that. Use 2 hands. And you talked about it earlier in the pregame, no errors. And they've done a pretty good job of that through the first 3 games. But on the very first, or rather the second pitch of the ball game, already we've got errors, an error singular on the Cats. So that puts Artesia in business with Estrada at second. And now Frankie Galindo, the left fielder for the Bulldogs, stepping to the plate. Big lead off over at second as Gutierrez will move over and coming in and ding dong. That hits him. I think that may have got him on the, I don't know if it got him between the numbers or, like between the numbers and the top of the helmet. But
yeah, I think it was on the back, upper back. So can't have felt good no matter where it was, right?
That's one thing about Pondo is he has an extremely good arm, but sometimes he struggles with his control a little bit. Almost a case of Gonzalez doing the whole Crash Davis thing. Don't dig in. So that'll bring Jack Byers, the pitcher for the Bulldogs, to the plate with runners at first and second. Pondo deals. That one is going to be high for ball number 1. Pardon me. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Galindo at first, Estrada at second. Nobody out, top of the first inning. Pitcher on pitcher duel. Micah from the stretch checks the runners, and the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air out to center field. Weiser going back as that one gets in the jet stream, and Ryan plays it at the track as that one hung up and blew continually backwards. That will move Estrada over to third. Byers is out with the long fly out to center. It'll wind up as a sac fly, and there is 1 down, and Bulldogs on the corners. And now De Leon Pacheco, the third baseman, to the plate.
Nice work by Weiser, man. That thing that just didn't want to come down, and the wind played with it right till the very end. He really had to do a good job to grab that and hang on to that and then make a good throw to third.
Runner goes, and the fake throw down by Gonzalez, and it'll be the stolen base for Galindo as he moves to second. It was ball 1 at the plate to Pacheco.
Runners on second and third now.
Pondo has the count, and the pitch is going to be low for ball number 2.
And you bring that up about 6 inches, and that's smoke that you're going to have a hard time, hitting if you're at the bat. He can throw very hard.
2-0 pitch swung on, and that one is shot right back to the retaining wall and the screen for strike 1. So it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Galindo at second, Estrada at third. Outfield playing fairly deep. Fairly straight away. Everybody pretty much normal positions on the infield. And the 2-1 pitch, curveball, and that one is in there, called strike 2.
Yeah, nice pitch around the inside corner. Just really right in the zone. So Pondo looking pretty good early on here. He just
trying
has
to
watch
settle in.
Control. Yeah, just watch his control.
2-2 pitch. Whoa, that one oopsied out of the hand and over the head of Pacheco.
Gonzalez got up and got that. Otherwise, that could have been a run scored right there.
So that will run the count full to Pacheco. And the kick and the pitch fastball, and that one is going to miss just inside for ball 4. Pacheco took off before the ump really, I think, was ready, and he decided, all right, he's going to let him go this time. But we've seen umpires, and if I'm remembering, this one is one that if you take off before he says you can go, will often put a strike on you.
That's right.
So now Jet Fuentes, the second baseman, to the plate with nowhere to put him. Bases loaded full of Bulldogs here in this top of the first inning. As Micah ready to go, and that one will be a fastball high for ball number 1. Outfield again deep, infield squeezing in just a little at the corners, and the 1-0 pitch, and that breaking ball is going to miss for ball number 2. At this point, you got to think Lovington is thinking about cutting that leadoff runner off, but they would take a double play ball if they could get them 2 outs. And the pitch swung on, and that one's heading to the parking lot for strike number 1.
Again, nice pitch. Good speed by Pondo early on here.
And that is going to be popped up on the field as Gutierrez puts up the ground. Throw it home. Gonzalez, and that will plate a run as Estrada takes advantage of a bouncing ball, and so he will score another Lovington error. That's, I think, got on Gonzalez there, and he just didn't block it out. Everybody else advances down, and Artesia puts a run across the plate. So the fly out to second, and then the score on the air. So now Ricky Armendariz to the plate, the first baseman for the Bulldogs. And the pitch swung on and missed as Micah took a little bit off of that one, and Armendariz goes over the top of it for strike 1. So 2 down.
Runners at second and third right now. 2 outs. That's
fastball swung on, and that one is smoked out into right field as Lujan will get to it. Fidencio sets and fires, but it'll be a 2-run RBI single for Armendariz to right. Yeah, he smoked that one, and it had a little bit of a tail on it too. So he gets the 2 RBI single to right, and Artesia puts the crooked number on the board as they lead this one now 3-0.
Yeah, Galindo across, so did Pacheco. And, of course, Estrada reached on an error and then came home on an error. Galindo reached on a hit by pitch and came home. And then Pacheco walked and then came home.
And the pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up on the infield. Micah comes out in front of the mound and will make the grab for out number 3. So the pop out to the pitcher ends the Artesia first, but not before they plate 3. We will head to the bottom of the first. Artesia 3, Lovington coming to bat as Wildcat baseball continues in a moment.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
And welcome back to Wildcat Baseball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. In the top of the first, Artesia plated 3 runs on 1 hit. There were 2 errors committed, 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the first, Lovington trailing 3-0. And with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Don Morgan. Jaden Gutierrez will lead it off for the Wildcats. He'll be followed by Cameron Ochoa, then Micah Pondo. That is 1, 2, 3. For the Wildcats. For the Bulldogs in the field, it is Byers on the hill. Huffman is his battery mate. Armendariz, Fuentes, Estrada, and Pacheco around the infield from first to third. And then you've got Galindo, Armendariz, and Beauregard in the outfield from left to right. So Lovington in the early hole here. 2 of those 3 runs were earned by Pondo, but the errors, those will kill you.
That's you know, you just can't afford to give the other team anything, especially when the other team is Artesia, right? So they're going to take enough as it is. You just can't afford to hand over base runners, runs, and give them a 3-0 lead like this. Now they have so much work to do just to catch up here, and they could do it, though. It's just bottom of the first. A lot of baseball left to play.
Yes, there is. So Gutierrez will step in to try and get things turning for the Wildcats as Byers, the lanky righty, fires a fastball past Gutierrez, swung on and missed. That is strike number 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count. Jaden out. Now he's back in. Byers takes the long look into Huffman. Now he'll set at the letters with the big kick and the 0-1 pitch fastball. That one is right down the pipe. Jaden may not see a better pitch than that all season. Watches it into the glove of Huffman, and he is quickly down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. So the 0-2 count. As Byers will kick and fire. The fastball swung on and missed. 3 pitches, and Gutierrez goes down swinging, and there is 1 down for the Wildcats. So now Cameron Ochoa to the plate. Outfield playing pretty well straight away. Armendariz only playing about halfway back in center. Something gets up in the air that way. That could be trouble. As Ochoa will settle in and field pretty much their normal positions. Estrada and Fuentes back a little bit. It's second and short. And the first pitch is going to be high for ball 1.
No, he said it caught the inside corner and right at the letters for call strike 1.
So strike 1. Thank you, Don. So a no ball, 1 strike count. I was already marking the book and missed the hand up. And the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. That will be strike number 2. So a no ball, 2 strike count. Byers dealing early.
Yeah.
So far 5 pitches, 5 strikes. As Ochoa settles back in, Byers takes the long look in. Now he will set. Huffman sets up on the inside. And the line in the 0-2 pitch fastball, and that one is going to be in there. Called strike 3. 6 pitches, 2 strikeouts. And that will put Ochoa down. Is now Micah Pondo to the plate with 2 down and nobody on. So the pitcher with a chance to help himself out here a little bit.
Of course, batting in that third slot, you know, one of the more powerful batters for Lovington.
Yeah, if Micah can get a hold of one, he can put it out of here. That is a fact. As Byers will deal the fastball, and that one is going to miss inside for ball 1, and that breaks up the immaculate inning.
Yeah, the first ball that he has pitched.
And it was pretty close. And the 1-0 pitch, whoa, that one comes way inside for ball 2.
That backed him up. That may be the plan.
It may be. Get him looking inside and thinking about it, and then come back and bust something on the outside. Huffman will set up towards the outside this time. As the wind and the 2-0 pitch swung on, and that will be a chopper on the hop. Fuentes to it, over to Armendariz at first, and that one will be scored 4-3 for out number 3. A 9-pitch inning, but not 3 straight strikeouts, so not an immaculate inning. But the Cats do go 1-2-3 in their half of the first. We've played an inning here at Wildcat Park. Lovington Wildcat Baseball continues on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Z94 KZOR Facebook page.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
And welcome back to Wildcat Baseball.
And that one is going to be shot out into left field, taking the first pitch and shooting it out into left field. Diego Morales, the DH, with the one-pitch single. So quickly, Artesia picking up where they left off. Sorry, Don.
No, that's fine.
They are moving this one along.
They are, and that first at-bat for Lovington went by very quickly. 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on, which brings us to the top of the second, and Artesia is leading 3-0. And now the bottom of the order coming up to the plate here with no outs and 1 runner on.
As Beauregard, the number 9 hitter, will step to the plate. Pondo deals inside, and I don't know how that missed him, but it did. There was Micah's curveball, and it will break. And it did that time. Ball 1.
Sometimes it will break right into your hip.
Lead off of first is Morales. Pickoff attempt. McKillop puts the tag down, but sliding back in safely is Morales. So a 3-0 lead for Artesia as we go to the second. Morales with pretty good lead. McKillop holds him on in the 1-0 pitch, and that one is going to be up and in for ball number 2. So it's a 2-ball, no strike count. Morales led off with a shot between third and short, out into left. Now he leads off of first, and the 2-0 pitch fastball, that one is going to be low and away for ball 3. Oh, did he? Okay, so a delayed strike call. So now it's a 2-1 count. And another pickoff attempt as Morales back in safely. Pretty good move there from Pondo. So with 2-1 count, I'm going to blame it on the blue pole as to why I've missed a couple of strike calls. It's right there on the umpire's arm. And the curveball, that one is up and in. That's ball 3.
Yep, that is 3-1 the count now, with a no outs and a runner on first.
Just need to concentrate on getting the outs. Trust your defense behind you. As Pondo will set, checks, and the 3-1 pitch curveball, and that one will be inside, ball 4. And so Beauregard will work the walk. That is the second one given up by Pondo, and that'll turn things over to the top of the lineup with Nye Estrada. Estrada reached on an error back in the first. And so now he is 0 for 1, but he's got a chance to do some damage with 2 on and nobody out. And the curveball flashes in.
Just missed inside corner.
So a 1-ball, no strike count. Beauregard at first, Morales at second. Pondo kicks and deals. Fastball swung on. That one is lifted high in the air to deep left center field. That's going back, and that one is out of here. It is a 3-run home run for Nye Estrada to left center. That was a no-doubter, even with the wind. Certainly a no-doubter. So Nye Estrada sends one up towards Lubbock, and just like that, the Bulldogs' lead doubles up 6-0. Ouch.
Yeah, Morales scores, Beauregard scores, and then, of course, Estrada touches them all. And now bases are cleared off and still no outs. And now Lovington just needs to reset and start over and try to get the outs one at a time.
So now Frankie Galindo will step to the plate. As Galindo was hit by a pitch and scored back in that first inning. As Pondo will deal, and that one just fought off, and it'll go foul for strike 1. No ball, 1 strike count. Outfield is deep. One thing about this Artesia team, they are not afraid to try and get it in the air, looks like, at least not the top of the order.
No, I think the outfield, Sanchez, Weezer, and Lujan all respecting the Artesia bats.
And the 0-1 pitch curveball high. That'll be ball 2. Or actually ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, the foul ball a moment ago.
Right.
So the 1-1 count and the pitch, and that one will be a fastball that misses in for ball 2 as the Lovington faithful hollering, "Come on, Blue." And I'm not sure whether they mean the Lovington Blue or the man in blue calling the balls and strikes. That was a pretty good pitch, but just missing inside. So a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Bases are clear for the number 2 hitter, Galindo. And the pitch swung on and gets a piece of that one and fouls it back. So evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Of course, tomorrow, be in Artesia, the Wildcats taking on Artesia, doubleheader there. So a 2-ball, 2 strike count. Can't worry about tomorrow yet. Let's worry about tonight. The 2-2 pitch swung on and missed. Ring him up and sit him down. Galindo goes down on strikes. First K of the ball game for Galindo, or rather for Pondo against Galindo. And there's 1 down.
Yeah, it comes at a good time with Lovington wanting to kind of take a deep breath, reset after having that three-run home run, double up, the score 6-0. Now they just got to work the batters, work the outs.
And the first pitch to Byers will be a breaking ball. It's that cutter that misses inside, and it'll be ball number 1. Still a 1 ball, no strike count. Pacheco waits on deck, and the 1-0 pitch, and that one is going to be just high for ball 2.
Yeah, it really wasn't as bad a pitch. He kind of jumped back from that, but it didn't miss that by very much. It didn't miss the zone by much.
As Pacheco starting to find a little rhythm, and the 2-0 is up in the air over on the right side, and that will fall just in front of the Artesia dugout before McKillop or Gonzalez can get to it. So it'll just be strike 1, a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Of course, a lot of sports still to come this weekend for Lovington. Tomorrow, the baseball doubleheader from Artesia.
Right.
Be available on HobbsAmerica.com. And the Lovington Lady Cats will have a doubleheader against Portales over at Lady Cat Field, just across the campus here. So now the 2-1 on the way, and that one is up and in, ball 3. Pondo already at, by my count, 33 pitches. I may have missed 1 or 2 in there, but his pitch count's starting to get up there a little bit. And the 3-1 delivery, and that one is going to be right at the knees, and that'll run the count full to Byers.
Yeah, actually a nice pitch there. And Pondo's got plenty of speed. He's got plenty of potential as a pitcher. He just needs to harness it and be more consistent.
And the payoff pitch is low for ball 4, and that is the 3rd walk given up by Pondo, as Byers will trot down to first, and he will have a courtesy runner check in for him.
And let's see, that's going to be that. Artesia's got 11 reserves. 11 reserves. That is a big bench. That's a huge bench.
Yes, it is.
It's a bigger bench than you have players, out in the field. It's crazy.
So now it'll be Pacheco to the plate as the runner leads off a first pickoff attempt, diving back in.
And I believe that's number 7. I think that's
Josiah Rodriguez. Yep.
Right?
I think you're right.
Yep.
So Rodriguez is the runner, gets a big lead over there. McKillop holds him on as Pacheco back in, settles into the right side box. And the line in the pitch, runner goes and showing bunt. That one is going to be back into the screen for a foul, strike 1.
And the runner, Rodriguez, had the green light all the way. You could see that as he was dancing off.
Yeah, he went with first movement, and they were trying to move him over with speed on the base paths. Normally you wouldn't have your cleanup hitter bunt.
Bunting, right. And I think originally maybe the intention was just to screen out the catcher a little bit and slow down the throw.
And the 0-1 pitch, curveball, and that one doesn't break in enough, and it'll even the count at a ball and a strike. Makes it 7-0. 4th error of the ball game for the Wildcats. Ouch.
I think that was where it's an E8 on the throw, Weiser, or
Was Weiser the one that threw it? Yeah, that'll be an E8.
Right,
yeah.
E8
and the pitch swung on, and that one will be rolled towards Gutierrez at second. Scoops it up in the hole, fires to McKillop at first. In time, score at 4-3. That is the second out of the inning, and that'll bring Jet Fuentes to the plate. So Fuentes, the second baseman, he popped out to Gutierrez at second back in the first inning. So Lovington trying to hold the damage right here at 4 runs, but need to get number 4 and the 4-position player for Artesia out to do it in the first pitch, and that one will be inside, ball 1. So a 1 ball, no strike count.
Last time at bat, his first plate appearance Fuentes had a fly out to the second baseman.
Pondo, the curveball, and that one will come in and will hit the inside corner on that good late break. And evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch, and that one will be on the outside corner, right at the knees.
Right
good pitch from Micah.
Lots of speed on that too.
So the 1 ball, 2 strike count. Kick and the pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up over on the right side. Could be trouble as Lujan gets a beat on it, though, early and comes in and will make the grab, the fly out to right to end the inning. But 4 more runs come across for Artesia. After an inning and a half, it's Artesia 7, Lovington trying to get on the board. Wildcat Baseball continues on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
And welcome back to Wildcat Baseball. In the top of the second inning, there were 4 runs across on 2 hits. There were 2 errors committed and nobody left on base. So we go to the bottom of the second. Lovington is trailing now 7-0. And with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Don Morgan. It'll be 4, 5, and 6. Lujan Weiser and Patrick Sanchez due up for Lovington now with a 7-run hole they've got to dig their way out of. So Lujan to the plate, the one lefty that plays in the starting lineup for Coach Cruz. He'll face off against Byers. Byers is ready to go. He will set. And the big kick and the first pitch will be outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strike count.
So it would help so much for Lovington to just get a runner on and then and break the ice and get that first run across the plate.
1-0 pitch swung on, and that one will be a slow looper over towards Pacheco at third. He will fire across the diamond in time. 5-3 for out number 1. Right at Pacheco, waited on the bounce as it kind of looped out there a little bit. And so now it'll be Ryan Weiser to the plate. So Weiser will step up to the bat.
And I like the fact that the coach moved him down in the order. He had been in the either batting first or second in the lineup, and he's a stronger batter, and I think it's a good idea to put him down in a little deeper into the.
And the first pitch is going to get Rhino on the elbow. No, I think he was testing out that new elbow pad he's got, I think, there.
Yeah, so maybe it didn't hurt quite so much, but it does put him on first base with 1 out, and now Lovington does have a base runner. And Ryan has a lot of speed out on the base paths.
Yes, he does, as Patrick Sanchez will step to the plate. Rhino will get the lead off of first. Armendariz holds him on. Byers always from the stretch, checks on him, pickoff attempt, and a sweep tag, and Weiser in under the sweep. Almost got him leaning the wrong way, but he comes back in. Byers with a pretty good move for the lanky sophomore righty. And the pitch will be high for ball number 1 to Sanchez. Patrick, the left fielder.
1 out, but a runner on first here in the bottom of the second.
As Byers will check. Now comes to the plate, and that one will be on the outside corner, evens the count at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Patrick Sanchez at the plate. Ethan Gonzalez waits on deck. Huffman will set up towards the outside, and the 1-1 pitch, and that one will be away. Weiser on the way, and no throw down, and Ryan will have the stolen base.
Well, he had a good jump on it. He was about halfway there by the time the catcher, had the ball in his glove in his hand. So
as Huffman going to ask for time, go out and have a quick word with Byers. While we've got a moment, big thank you to our friends at Bob's Thriftway, Western States Insurance, Eunice Pump and Supply, Devon Energy, First American Bank of Lovington, Lovington Auto Supply, Stonewall Field Services, Lee County Electric Cooperative, and Lovington Schools making Wildcat baseball possible. So the 2-1 count. Byers will check the runner at second. Now comes the plate swung on. That's a hard ground shot, and that one is going to get under the glove of Estrada. Rhino rounds third. He is heading home, and a throw down to second. And there's going to be a rundown for Sanchez as they'll get it to Armendariz, and then he will tag him.
But he does get the RBI before he gets put out, and Lovington gets the run, right?
Yeah, they get the run. We're going to call that an RBI single. Yeah, I think since he never touched it, we'll call it an RBI single. On the verge of being an E6, and then Sanchez will be out. We'll just keep it easy. I mean, it's like 6-3, 2, 5, 7. We'll just go 6-3. So one out, but a run across for the Wildcats. Now Ethan Gonzalez to the plate. Base is clear. As Byers will deal fastball away. And that'll be ball number 1 to Gonzalez.
Yeah, I mean, that was obviously a playable, gettable ball by the shortstop, but it went through his legs. He never got a glove on it, so it's kind of, the call could go either way.
And a swing and a miss by Gonzalez, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. But a run across, and that's the good news for the Wildcats. Took advantage of good speed and the run. And a 1-1 pitch, and that one swung on and missed as Byers took something off of that one and got Ethan way out in front of strike number 2. So the 1-ball, 2-strike count. As Huffman will get the ball back out to Byers. Armendariz shading over towards the bag a little bit at first. Huffman sets up towards the middle. And the 1-2 pitch curveball, that one is in there. Ring him up and sit him down. Gonzalez goes down looking, third K of the ball game for Byers. And that will end the Wildcats' second, but they do put a run on the board. We head to the third. It's Artesia 7, Lovington 1. Wildcat baseball continues in a moment on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Welcome back to Wildcat Baseball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. In the bottom of the second inning, Lovington put a run across on one hit. There were no errors, nobody left on base. And we're going to the top of the third inning. Artesia is leading 7-1, and with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Don Morgan. It'll be Ricky Armendariz, Jesse Armendariz, and then Diego Morales. 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Bulldogs in their half of this third inning. She's Dawn Morgan. I'm TJ Miracle. Evie Stuber keeping an eye and ear on things. Back at One Radio Square today. So the Cats going to look to get back into the dugout quickly if they can here against coming towards the bottom part of the order, 6, 7, 8. As Micah ready, and he will deal the fastball away, and that one gets away from Gonzalez. Nobody on, no harm, no foul. It's just ball 1.
So Lovington scoring, Artesia scoring 3 in the first, 4 in the second, and Lovington got one of those runs back.
And the kick and the pitch, and that one is going to come inside to Armendariz. And that'll be ball number 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Everybody pretty much in their normal positions, outfield deep and straight away. And the 2-0 pitch, and that one will be off the outside corner, called ball 3. Sanchez shading a couple of steps over towards the line and left. Only one really not playing straight away. And the 3-0 pitch has loops that one in there. Takes sign on for Armendariz, and that is strike number 1.
Pondo took a lot of speed off that, snuck that in.
3-1 pitch swung on, and that's a chop shot. Ochoa backhands it deep in the hole. A short bobbles it momentarily, comes over, fires to McKillop. McKillop can't hold on to it. I don't think it would have been in time anyway, and so we'll call that an infield single.
Right.
So we'll score that as an infield single. Ochoa bobbled it momentarily but never dropped it. Had to rush the throw a little bit. So that will put Armendariz at first, and they will put a courtesy runner in for him. A pinch runner in for Armendariz.
As soon as
That'll
we
be
can
Jesse Armendariz to the plate.
Okay. As soon as I can see that number of that young man on first, he's being blocked out by McKillop there right now.
Coach Ortiz going for a little more speed on the base paths. And a pickoff attempt and a sweep tag.
David
Hammond.
Hammond. There we go.
Now Hammond running for Armandatus.
Yep, number 18.
And the pitch will be strike number 1 to Armandatus. No balls, 1 strike. Hammond at first, running for Armandatus. As McKillop will hold him on. Pondo from the stretch. Got a 2-step lead. Runner goes, showing bunt, and lays a butte down the third baseline. Pondo will get to it, deal to first, and throws it away as it gets away from McKillop and goes all the way out into deep right field. That'll get 1 run across, as heading towards third is Armandatus, and Coach Ortiz is going to hold him up there. And so Armandatus, or rather Hammond running for Armandatus, will score. Jesse Armandatus will reach on the E1 as Pondo picked that one up and just sailed it. So it's a 3-base error in the 5th error of the ball game for the Wildcats.
Ouch. Yeah.
So now Diego Morales to the plate, and he'll take the first pitch low for ball 1.
No outs.
Morales with a ringing single his last time up. Scored in that 4-run outburst in the second. And the 1-0 pitch in that one is going to nip the outside corner and even the count at a ball and a strike. So the 1-ball, 1-strike count. Armandatus lead off a third. And a pickoff attempt over there and having to dive over his Paredes to get it. Dangerous pickoff attempt. You don't often see that at third unless you've got a whole lot of speed, and then you will sometimes see the third baseman actually hold him on like a first baseman. Pitch swung on. That one is looped in the air to right center field. That's going back. It's deep. It is off the wall, and that will score 1 as Morales is in with an RBI stand-up double to right center. Yikes. And so that'll plate Armandatus. And now it is a 9-1 ball game. Still nobody out, and Caden Beauregard to the plate.
And a runner in scoring position on second with a top of the order due up after Beauregard, Estrada, Galindo, Byers, and no outs.
So coming set is Pondo. He'll come to Byers, and that one is over the head inside, ball 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. As Morales stands at second, gets a pretty good lead over there. Pondo comes to the plate. Curveball swung on and missed. Good pitch there. He's got
Nice.
Beauregard out in front and over the top of that one. So it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Pondo looks at the runner. Now the 1-1 pitch comes in and ding dong. That's going to hit Beauregard. So a walk and a hit batter for Beauregard. And the line keeps moving for the Bulldogs.
So runners on first and second now. That's the second hit batter for Pondo.
3-run blast for Estrada. His last time up, he is 1 for 2. Reached on an error and scored on an error in the first. And had the 3-run homer in the second inning. And the first pitch is going to be up and away. That will be ball 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Artesia trying to stretch things out here even more. They lead by 8. Pondo deals, and that one will be on the outside corner. Evens it up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-ball, 1-strike count. And the 1-1 pitch, and that one is going to float away and on the outside corner. Yes, it will. Strike 2. Good pitch. Beauregard at first. Morales at second. Pondo comes to the plate. Fastball. That one is going to get away from Gonzalez, and that will advance the runners as Morales goes down to third. Beauregard to second on the passed ball, and it evens the count at 2-2 to Estrada at the plate. So the 2-ball, 2-strike count on the wild pitch. And the 2-2 swung on, and that'll be a line shot out into left center field. That one is going to drop in on the run. Sanchez with it. Patrick will deal it in, but it will plate 2. And it is a 2 RBI single to left for Nye Estrada. And now it is a 10-run lead for Artesia. 5 RBIs in the game for Estrada. And now it'll be Frankie Galindo to the plate. So now Galindo will step in. He is over, hit by a pitch and scored in the first, struck out in the second, and the ball will get away from Gonzalez. So passed ball will move Estrada over to second. And it is ball 1 on the 60th pitch of the afternoon for Pondo. Pitch count getting on up there. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Runner in scoring position. Still nobody out for Artesia. And the pitch curveball. Ooh, late break on that one. But doesn't break enough to get the inside corner. So it'll be ball 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. As Galindo settles back in slightly open stance. Pondo deals the fastball, swung on, popped up over on the left side of the infield as Weiser on the run comes in, but loses it, I guess, in the sun as he and Ochoa were both in the neighborhood, and it will drop between the two of them, and so it'll be a bloop single for Galindo. And now it'll be Jack Byers to the plate. Byers with the sac fly in the first.
Lovington with all kinds of problems here with no outs.
And 2 on. You've got Galindo at first, Estrada at second. 4 runs already across for Artesia. Still trying to get the first out here in this top of the third.
So again, you know, in this situation, you just kind of have to put what's happened out of your mind. Everybody's got to, it really needs to sharpen up.
Yeah, just
Got
at this
too many
point, hit
errors.
hit the reset button.
That's right, and just try to get it out one by one by one. Play your basics, and get the outs.
And the pitch curveball, that one's on the outside corner. Yes, sir. Strike 1 to Byers.
That was a nice pitch. And if you're Pondo, you need to just hit the zone, throw pitches, and let the chips fall where they may. But
0-1 pitch will be a fastball that's away, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-ball, 1 strike count, 2 on, nobody out. Artesia trying to blow this one completely open. Swung on. That one is heading over to the Artesia bullpen behind their dugout. And that'll be strike number 2. So a 1-ball, 2 strike count. So Byers gonna step, and another timeout taken by Gonzalez. He and Pondo having a little bit of trouble getting on the same page. A little surprised Coach Cruz hasn't called a timeout sometime in this inning to bring his infield at least around him and see if he could settle this down. So it's a 1-2 count, 2 on, nobody out. Byers at the plate. Pondo from the stretch. Deals outside. That'll be ball 2. And the 2-ball, 2 strike count. Nice job by Gonzalez behind the plate to get a glove on that one. Keep Galindo and Estrada right where they're stapled. Pondo looks. Now he'll deal, and that one is going to be on the outside corner.
Yeah,
yes,
nice.
sir. Ring him up, sit him down. That'll be the second K of the ball game for Pondo, and 1 down now for Artesia. Well, now it'll be their cleanup hitter, Leon Pacheco to the plate. Walked and scored in the first, then grounded out to Gutierrez in the second. So he is 0 and the first pitch curveball. That one's on the inside corner. Yes, sir. Strike 1.
yeah, nice again, nice pitch. So Pondo can work those corners, and the ump is calling them. He just needs to be a little more consistent about hitting them, but he's got a lot of potential.
0-1 curveball swung on. That's a line shot. Going to get over the head of Gutierrez and out into center field. Weiser on the run. Comes up with it. He will fire it in. It is cut off by McKillop, but it will score a run as Estrada comes in from second. Galindo moves around to third, and Pacheco with the RBI line shot to center. And so now it is 12-1 as Jet Fuentes comes to the plate as Artesia has batted around. Fuentes 0 for 2. Popped out to the second baseman in the first, flew out to Lujan to end the second.
It looks like we'll have a courtesy runner over there on first.
Yeah, it'd be another pinch runner. So, because baseball, I don't think you have unlimited substitutions like in softball, and so that would mean that
He'll have to go into play.
Yeah, Armendariz and
he'll have to go into that position.
Yeah, you can for the pitcher and the catcher.
That's Carrasco. I think that's number 11, Elijah Carrasco out there.
All right. And the pitch swung on, and that one will be a slow roller. And Pacheco misplays it, and no play anywhere. And so the infield single right back to the right side of the pitching mound.
Pondo thought that he could get to it, and it just got past him. And by that time, it was kind of a slow roller anyway, and it was impossible. Gutierrez came in and made the play, but it just wasn't in time.
And so now it'll bring Ricky Armendariz back to the plate. So I guess maybe they do have subs again in baseball.
Okay.
Because Armendariz was subbed out for a runner, but now he's batting again. I'll have to double check, see if they've changed that rule, but whenever you look at it, it is ball 1.
So we're back to runners on first and second now after that that score. That was Galindo who came across the plate, and now we're at 13-1.
Carrasco at second, Fuentes at first, and a 1-1 count to Armandatis at the plate. And the 1-1 pitch swung on and missed. Took something off of that one, and Armandatis goes over the top of it for strike number 2. 6 runs across, though, for Artesia this inning. And the 1-2 pitch fastball, and just misses on the outside. Pretty good pitch there. But the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pondo's pitch count already starting to get up there. And the 2-2 pitch swung on, and that one is Armandatis pops it up to the second baseman, and there is 2 down now with Jesse Armandatis to the plate. Armandatis reaching on an error and scoring earlier this inning. Armandatis with runners at first and second, 2 outs here in this top of the 3rd inning. Pondo going to set. Now he'll deal the curveball. That one is going to be in the dirt, ball 1. And somewhere in the 75th, 76th pitch count. A 1-0 count for Pondo. So he'll deal to Armandatis. That one will be inside and low for ball number 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Outfield deep, infield pretty much their normal positions. Gutierrez shading towards second to keep the runner honest, and the pitch swung on and missed as the curveball to Armandatis makes it a 2-1 count. Pretty good lead off over at first for Fuentes. Nobody holding him on, though, and the 2-1 pitch swung on and missed. Good pitch again as he took something off of that one, and it runs the count to 2-2. Pondo is a rhythm pitcher, and he's had a little trouble finding the rhythm today. And the 2-2 pitch swung on and, well, kind of fought off a little check swing, fight off, foul.
Catches just a piece of it to foul off, out of play, off to the right.
And the count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-2 count, 2 on, 2 out. Artesia trying to do more damage. Lovington trying to limit it to right where it's at. Pondo taking a long, long look in. And the 2-2 pitch, and that one is going to be in the dirt, ball 3. So runs the count full to Armandatis. Fuentes at first, Carrasco at second. As Pondo tries to get him out of this jam, and the payoff pitch swung on. That's a roller on the ground. Ochoa gets to it, slips a little bit and slides, comes across the diamond, but not going to get in time to get the speedy Armandatis. So it'll be an infield single, and that will load the bases full of Bulldogs. And now that will be Diego Morales to the plate. Actually, I think we're going to have a pinch hitter for Morales.
Yep,
as that'll be Aiden Huffman. He's going to come in and bat for himself. So that means that Coach Ortiz has now taken out his DH. And so Huffman will hit for himself here.
And Morales had an RBI double and a single and crossed the plate twice. He was 2 for 2 in his plate appearances. So leading into this, it's kind of a surprise that he would that he put Huffman in, but interesting.
Well, maybe, no pun intended, calling off the dogs a little bit. His first pitch to Huffman swung on and missed. That will be strike number 1.
Well, it's also a chance for Huffman to show that, hey, I can bat.
And the pitch swung on and missed as he took a hack at an inside fastball. And so now it's a 0-ball, 2-strike count. Bases full of Bulldogs.
And sometimes players will ask a coach to be able to go into bat or to be able to go into the field. They're just feeling it, and for some reason in particular.
Pondo shakes off a couple, and now the 0-2, and that one is in there. Ring him up and sit him down.
Beautiful.
As Huffman goes down looking. 3rd K of the ball game for Pondo, and finally escapes the inning. But 6 runs come across for Artesia. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. Artesia 13, Lovington 1. Wildcat Baseball continues on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
And welcome back to Wildcat Baseball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And in their at-bat, Artesia put 6 runs on the boards on 7 hits. There was 1 error and 1 left on. And
3 left on.
3 left on, sorry about that. And we go, I'm joking here a little bit. We
Need a cough drop? I carry plenty.
I just swallowed funny. But with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Cats with some work to do, an 8-9-1 due up for Lovington. It'll be Hernandez, Paredes, and Gutierrez back to the top. So Hernandez, the DH, will step in to lead things off. Jack Byers still on the hill for Artesia as they continue to just try and ring them up and sit them down. Lovington with a long way to go and now running out of outs, trailing by 12. And the pitch, Byers will throw a curveball inside and missing, ball 1 to Hernandez. So Byers having to sit and, quite a long time. So, and the 1-0 pitch swung on, and Matthews swings at a high one and comes up empty, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-1 strike count. As Byers, always from the stretch, has the sign from Huffman, deals fastball right down the pipe, and Hernandez can't catch up with it. To 1-2 strike count. So the 1-2 count. As now Hernandez going to choke up a little bit, better back control, and the 1-2 pitch, fastball outside corner. Yes, sir, called strike 3, and that will be the 4th K of the ball game for Byers. 3 of them have been looking. And so now it'll be Auden Paredes to the plate. So Auden, the number 9 hitter in the order, steps in with nobody on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. So Byers takes the long look in. Huffman sets up outside, and the first pitch will be a fastball right down the pipe, strike 1. You've got to think about swinging at those at some point. So the 0-1 strike count. Byers quickly back to work, and the 0-1 pitch swung on. That one is hit on the ground, rolls over as Fuentes will get to it in time to flip to Armendariz at first. 4-3 for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down for the Wildcats. And that turns things over to Jaden Gutierrez. Gutierrez 0 for 1, struck out back in the 1st. But would like to see if he could get something going. A 2-out rally would be a nice thing for the Wildcats.
And we're just now seeing the Lovington batters come up the 2nd time around in this game. So 2nd plate appearance here.
So Gutierrez will step in. 2nd time facing Byers. And the first pitch fastball outside corner. Strike. Ooh, just missing. Ball 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. As again, Byers ready to go. Quickly back to work. And the 1-0 pitch swung on. That one hit off the handle and jumps over the glove of Pacheco. Estrada there to back him up. Since that never touched, it took the hop. It'll be an infield single for Gutierrez, the 2nd hit of the ball game for the Wildcats. So sometimes you just need the lucky bounce, and they got it that time.
They did. With 2 outs, they could get something going here.
So now Cameron Ochoa, Gutierrez with good speed. Armendariz going to hold him on over at first. So Ochoa going to settle in. He is 0 for 1. But he'd like to see if he could keep the line moving here with 2 outs. Huffman sets up outside. Byers checks the runner. Comes to the plate. Fastball swung on, popped up. Over on the right side. High in the air. Armendariz running over, and so was Fuentes and Beauregard. We almost had a 3-way meeting of the minds out there.
Yeah, they were all going hard for it, and, great hustle by all 3, but nobody came up with it. 3 gloves right there, and nobody could catch that.
So it is just a long, high strike 1. So an 0-1 strike count. As Gutierrez heads back over to first. as Ochoa settles back into the right side box. Byers taking the glove off, taking a look around. Now retaking the rubber. Sets up on the first base side of the rubber, I've noticed. And the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. Took a little bit off of that one and got Ochoa right over the top of strike number 2. So a no ball, 2 strike count. Center fielder Armendariz is playing only about halfway out, and he's shading a little towards the alley in left center. Byer checks the runner. And the 0-2 curveball, that one's going to be high, ball number 3.
And Ochoa flinched on it, thought about it, and with the 2 strikes on him, has to be thinking about swinging at anything close, but he let that go wisely. Didn't miss by much, but it did miss.
Armendariz holding on Gutierrez at first, and the pickoff attempt, that one's going to get away from Armendariz. He gets tangled up with Gutierrez a little bit. As Gutierrez rounds second, he is heading to third as Beauregard has to come over and get that one, and he will toss it, and it is cut off by Byers, but Gutierrez will wind up all the way at third on the E1, first error of the ball game for Artesia, and now Lovington with a run potentially 90 feet away.
Yeah, and Armendariz coming up limping just a little bit. He lost his glove in the process, too.
Yeah, he and Gutierrez tangled up as he lunged for that one as Jaden took off, and they got a little tangled, and Armendariz went down. So it's a 1-2 count at the plate to Ochoa. And the 1-2 delivery, and that one is going to be just high for ball 2. So the 2-ball, 2-strike count. We are in the bottom of the third. Lovington trailing 13-1. But trying to claw their way back into this one. Kaufman sets up outside. Byers will deal the 2-2 fastball. Swung on and missed as Ochoa down swinging. 5th K of the ball game for Byers, and that will end the Lovington threat in the third. We head to the 4th. It's Artesia 13, Lovington 1. Wildcat Baseball continues on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Z94 KZOR Facebook page.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Welcome back to Wildcat Baseball. And Lovington puts 4 batters up, 3 down with no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. So we go to the top of the 4th inning. Artesia is leading this one 13-1. And with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Don Morgan. It'll be Josiah Rodriguez to lead things off. He bats for Caden Beauregard. So Rodriguez, Estrada, and Galindo, 9-1 and 2 due up. As Pondo will deal and swung on and missed as Rodriguez goes over the top of that one, strike 1. Pitch count for Pondo is getting on up there. I've got that as 86. Somewhere within 2 or 3 of that as the 0-1 pitch swung on. That one is popped up weakly on the right side. Charging in is Ochoa. Has to call off Paredes at the last moment. That's definitely Cam's ball. So almost a collision there, but Paredes peels off and Ochoa makes the grab for out number 1. And so that'll turn it over to Estrada, top of the order. And the pitch, and that one will be inside, ball 1. So 1 ball, no strike count. Estrada 2 for 3, but with 3 runs scored and 5 RBIs in the ball game. 1-0 pitch. That one going to float away and out of the grasp of Gonzalez. Nobody on, no harm, no foul. And it's a 2-0 count. So the 2 ball, no strike count. Frankie Galindo waits on deck.
And Byers in the hole.
As Pondo from kind of a three-quarter stretch deals the 2-0, swung on, hit high in the air to deep right field as Lujan goes back. It is over his head and off the wall as Estrada rounds first. He is heading to second as Fidencio gets to it, but on his horse is Estrada, and he has got a stand-up triple with one out.
Wow.
That kid is definitely having a game. He's a double away from the cycle.
Yeah. He reached on an error and scored on a different error, but he has the 3-run home run. He's got the 2 RBI single and then the triple. So yeah,
he's a double away from the cycle.
he's 3 for 4 at the plate easily.
Mm-hmm. And so now it'll bring Galindo to the plate. Galindo is 1 for 2. Hit by a pitch, then struck out, and then singled in the third. And the first pitch to Galindo was a good curveball. The noon to 6 breaker goes over the top of strike one. So a 0-ball, 1 strike count. Estrada stands at third with 1 down. And the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. As Pondo just reared back and tossed that one up there and said, hit it if you can. And Galindo not able to that time.
Good speed, good location.
Look for that curveball inside this time, I'm thinking, in the 0-2 pitch. Nope, he goes fastball low for ball 1.
Yep, just misses. You know, Estrada, sitting over there on third base, is the only Artesia Bulldog in the game so far to have crossed the plate 3 times, and he's poised to do it a 4th.
Let's keep that from happening if we can. The 1-2, the curveball, that one is going to miss low. And evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Outfield playing deep pretty well straight away. Middle infielder's in on the grass, going to try and cut off the run if it comes up the middle. And the 2-2 on the way, swung on and missed. Ring him up and sit him down as Galindo goes down. That'll be the 4th K of the ball game for Pondo. And now there's 2 down as it'll be Jack Byers to the plate. The Artesia pitcher going to look to help his own cause out. Sack fly in the first, reached via an error and scored in the second. Actually walked and then scored on an error in the second. And then struck out in the third, and the first pitch is going to be low for ball number 1. Gets away momentarily from Gonzalez, but he gets it back quickly enough to keep Estrada over at third. There's Pondo back to his 3-quarter, and he'll deal. Swung on, and that one is going to be fouled off. He's hitting it on the bottom of the bat and drilling it down into the dirt as the count evens up at a ball and a strike.
Good opportunity here for Lovington. Go ahead and close this out. Just get this 3rd out if they can. And that would be one of the best innings.
What you would want to do for sure. So it's a 1-ball, 1 strike count and the pitch, and that one is going to be away. And Gonzalez snap throw down to third. Paredes snaps on the tag. Estrada back over there safely. But he was playing a little dangerous over there. Ball 2 at the plate to Byers.
Yeah, if Lovington could keep Artesia from scoring, it would be the first at bat for Artesia that Lovington, was able to do that in this game if they can keep them from scoring.
Gets Byers on the inside cutter over the top of it, evens the count at 2-2.
Artesia put 3 on, 3 on in the first, and a 4 on in the second, and then 6 in the third.
The kick from Pacheco, the 2-2 curveball swung on. That one is lifted high in the air to shallow center field. That one going to drop in as bare-handing it is Weiser as that one took a hop, but it's an RBI single for Byers to center. And that'll make it 14-1 in favor of Artesia.
Yeah, he played that about as well as you could. From where he was, there was no way he was going to be able to run in and catch that. So Weiser's a really good – he's just a good baseball player, He just has high baseball IQ and lots of skills.
And so now De Leon Pacheco will come to the plate. We will have, I believe, a courtesy runner coming in for Byers. But we'll see. Byers may be saying, hey, let me run for myself here.
Maybe.
Well, there we go as somebody comes out.
It's number 2.
21, Connor Tutak.
Okay.
So Tutak on to run this time for Byers. So now Pacheco at the plate. And a pickoff attempt. Tutak will dive back into the bag. Good move there from Pacheco, or rather from Pondo. Pacheco at the plate. Pondo and Pacheco. I'm going to get confused in
Well,
this at bat.
you've been calling Pondo Pacheco most of the time here.
Well, thank
Just
you.
I haven't corrected you.
And the pitch swung on, and that one is drilled foul down behind the Lovington dugout. Strike one. So Pondo. Yeah, I've only been calling Micah, I don't know, he's a junior, so for 3 years in 3 sports.
Yeah, difference. The football and basketball and baseball. So.
You think I could get that right?
Athlete.
It's been a long week. I'm going to blame it on that.
I'm not sure we have a Pacheco out there on either team, do we?
Yes,
We
he's
do?
at the
Okay.
plate.
Oh, okay. He's a batter. Yeah, he plays third base for Artesia, and So at least there's another player on the field.
Maybe I will blame it on the trifocals, and I think that's what I'm going to do. As Coach Cruz is going to come out and have a word. Pardon me. 1 ball, 1 strike to Pacheco at the plate. As I think that may be about the pitch limit too.
Yeah. I was really talking about, do we have another Lovington player that's Pacheco that you're getting him confused?
I don't think so. No, we do not.
Yeah.
Yep, and that will do it for
Paredes.
Paredes, yeah.
Paredes at third.
But that will do it for Pondo as Sanchez going to come in to take over on the hill. If I'm not mistaken, that was pitch number 100 for Pondo. So Pondo is done as Sanchez will come in and take over on the hill with the pitching change. We'll take a timeout. Wildcat Baseball continues in a moment.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
And welcome back as the pitching change for the Wildcats as Micah Pondo's afternoon is done. He will leave the game with a 1-1 count at the plate to De Leon Pacheco. The new pitcher will be Paul Sanchez. So Sanchez, now the pitcher, Patrick Sanchez. Paul's his brother. He's on the bench. So Patrick Sanchez takes over. He and Pacheco he and Pondo just switch places. Now I'm thinking about it, and so it's going to be even worse.
All right.
So Patrick on the hill takes over in relief. As Sanchez trying to shut it down, and the first pitch to Pacheco swung on and missed. That will be strike number 1.
2.
Strike 2, yes it is. That's right. 1 and 2. It's not often you see a pitching change in the middle of a batter.
Yeah, and he inherited
the pitch swung on, and that one is popped up into shallow center field. Could be trouble, and it is. It drops in front of Weiser as Pacheco going to dump a little Texas leaguer into shallow center and keep the line moving for Artesia. So now it'll be Fuentes to the plate with Pacheco at first and Tutak at second.
He's had a fly out to the second baseman, a fly out to the right fielder, and then reached on an error and got stranded. So his 4th plate appearance, and he's over.
1 for 3.
1 for 3.
Had the infield single last time up.
Oh, okay. I didn't have that down.
And the first pitch swung on, and that one will be a line shot out into left field. Going to drop in front of Pondo as Micah comes up with it, fires it towards home. Coming up the first baseline, Gonzalez and Sanchez actually having a little bit of a discussion over who's supposed to get that. But it will plate a run as that will put Tutak in. Pacheco moves to second, and Fuentes with another RBI to his credit. And so now it'll bring Ricky Armendariz to the plate. 2 on, 2 out. Sanchez on trying to put out the fire.
And that's what that was what I was calling a hit. Fuentes, his last time at the bat, I had him written down as reaching on an error on one on the pitcher on Pondo, and you called that a hit. So
I called it an infield single.
Yeah,
so
that's where. Yeah.
Ball 1
we didn't agree.
to Armendariz at the plate. 2 runs across this inning for Artesia. And the 1-0, and that one will get away from Gonzalez, and that'll move everybody down.
Yep.
To do my best, Harry Doyle, just a bit inside.
And yep. So runners at second and third now, and Armendariz with a 2-0 count on him at the plate.
Sanchez from the stretch, trying to get out of this one with no more damage done, and the pitch swung on and missed. As Sanchez had a little late movement on that one. Armendariz not able to pick it up quite like he wanted. Patrick ready, and the 2-1 pitch swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air to deep center field, going back, and yep, it is gone as Ricky Armendariz has the second 3-run blast of the game for the Bulldogs. That's his first homer of the game, but it'll clear him off and put 3 more up for Artesia and make this a 17-1 ball game.
Wow, ouch.
So now Jesse Armendariz to the plate.
2 outs, if they can just, and they were, just 1 out away from getting out of trouble there.
But that will completely close the book on Micah Pondo. So finishes up his outing with 3 2/3 innings pitched. 17 runs on the board, now 18 on the board. And with the errors, I believe 11 of those were earned, 11 or 12 of those earned. And so Sanchez to the plate, and he will deal away ball number 1 to Jesse Armendariz. Had the infield single his last time up, reached on an error.
Scored.
And scored.
Popped out to the pitcher.
So a 1 ball, no strike count. And the pitch, and that one on the outside corner. Yes, sir, strike 1. 5 runs across this inning for Artesia. I think all of them coming with 2 outs, and the 1-1 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up over on the left center side of things as Weiser will come in and make the grab for out number 3. So the fly out to center ends the inning, but 5 more come across for the Bulldogs. We head to the bottom of the 4th. All Artesia in this one, 18-1. Wildcat baseball continues in a moment.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
And welcome back to Wildcat Baseball, as there were 5 runs put across on 5 hits, no errors committed, and nobody left on base in the top of the 4th. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Lovington coming up to the plate. They trail. The score is 18-1 now. And with the call, TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Don. Micah Pondo, Fidencio Lujan, Ryan Weiser will lead it off. That is 3, 4, and 5. The heart of the Wildcat lineup due up as we go to the bottom of the 4th. The Cats at this point just need to try and hit the reset button and see if maybe you can win this 4th and 5th inning. I think that's kind of your goal here. So now it'll be Pondo to the plate. He grounded out back in the 1st. So Micah has moved out to left field. Going to look to try and see if he can get some of it back. Help his teammates out, put some back on the board. Byers still on the bump for Artesia.
Just the second plate appearance for Micah.
First pitch to Micah will be a fastball. I don't know where it missed, but must have missed somewhere.
I think it was a little bit low, maybe. A little bit low, maybe a tad outside.
So 1 ball, no strike count. Good eye for Pondo. As Byers will deal the fastball. That one will be right down the slot. even things up at a ball and a strike. Pondo, Lujan, and Weiser. Outfield only about halfway back. Field a little deep, and the 1-1 pitch swung on, and Micah takes a big hack at it, gets a piece of it, and fouls it off for strike number 2. Is Fidencio going to come over and retrieve the baseball and head back to the on-deck circle. Hammond sets up outside, and the 1-2 pitch curveball swung on, and that one will go over the head and spin out into right center field, go all the way to the wall. Micah rounds first. He is heading towards second as Armendariz will toss it in, but it's a leadoff double to center for Micah Pondo.
And that is just the third hit of the game for Lovington.
Well, maybe that can get the Wildcats' bats clicking. So now Fidencio Lujan to the plate.
Well hit ball, though, and no out. So something to build on here by Lovington.
So Byers back on the bump as Lujan will settle in. Huffman down, flashing the sign, sets up outside. And the first pitch, and that one will be high to Fidencio, ball 1.
And Lujan grounded out to the third baseman his first time up. It's just his second plate appearance as well.
So 1 ball, no strike count to Lujan at the plate. Pondo leads off a second. Estrada keeping him honest over there. Byers will check. And the 1-0 pitch, fastball swung on and missed as Lujan
blew it by him.
That one came inside a little bit on him. Fidencio not quite able to get the arms back far enough. So the count evens up at a ball and a strike as Byers pick-off attempt and gets it.
Very close.
Very close as Pondo dived back in. As Estrada had the tag on him. Tie goes to the runner, and I'm thinking that was probably a tie.
Yeah, he touched the helmet while Pondo touched the bag about the same time. So, yeah.
Byers, with a pretty good move right there to get that
around.
close. Yes, he did. So Lujan going to settle back in. Byers will deal and swung on, and that'll be a line shot, just foul down the right field line.
Oh.
Fidencio got around on that one just about a half a heartbeat too soon.
It's ripped into it. And it was a bit of an off-speed pitch by Byers. Came in there. Lujan laced it, but it went foul.
If I'm even in the neighborhood, that's only about 40 pitches on the afternoon so far for Byers.
I was in the process of counting when I had to stop because the ball was hit. When Pondo hit that long ball.
And Pondo stands at second, and the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed as Lujan will go down swinging. That'll be the 6th K of the ball game for Byers. And there is 1 down for the Wildcats. And now Weiser to the plate. Ryan hit by a pitch back in the second, stole a base, and then scored.
20.
And so Weiser to the plate. He is 0 for 0. But he will settle in. 1 out, runner in scoring position. Pondo at second. Byers will kick and fire, and that one is up and away, ball 1.
About 39. There were 39, either 39 or 40 pitches probably when Lujan went down.
All right, so we're
about 40.
44, somewhere 40, 42.
Yeah,
I think I've got 42 as of now. So
a couple of probably missed a couple of foul balls.
And the 1-0 pitch, and that one a good curveball, kind of buckled the knees a little bit, and it will be called strike 1. Haven't seen 45 pitches.
Okay,
so
45. We were close. We were very close.
A bit of a knee buckler there. Byers hasn't thrown that curveball a lot, but he used it right there to good effect. So it's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Huffman sets up on the outside. Byers checks at second, and the 1-1 pitch swung on. That's a little line shot, going to find its way through into shallow left field as Estrada comes up and fires it quickly, and that'll keep Pondo over at third, but it's a 1-out single to left for Ryan Weiser, and that'll put Cats at the corners, and now Patrick Sanchez comes to the plate. Patrick taking over on the hill, now a chance to help his own cause out.
Right.
Lovington trailing by 17, but threatening here in the bottom of the 4th.
Well, if they could get several runs across and just, assure them of not getting run ruled in 5 innings, I think that's probably their first goal right here is just to keep the line moving, keep as many runs across as they can.
So now Sanchez will settle in, and the first pitch to Patrick is going to be on the outside corner, called strike 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count. Weiser leads off of first. Pondo leading off at third. Ryan will go if he has any chance to over at first. Checking the runner. Byers looks again. And the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed as Sanchez takes a big hack but comes up empty. And now trailing in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Ethan Gonzalez waits on deck.
Hate to waste those base runners and those 2 good hits.
Lovington has only stranded 1 through the first 3 and a third. As Byers deals, swung on, and that one will be lifted in the air to shallow left field. That one is going to drop in front of Estrada, and Weiser almost caught in no man's land as, Galindo gets over there and cuts that one off, but it will be an RBI single for Patrick Sanchez, as that will plate Micah Pondo as Ryan Weiser heads to second.
Yeah, nice line drive shot by Sanchez out into left field. Really solid hit.
So Lovington may be starting to figure out Byers.
And, as I said, hate to waste those runners, and now you've got two on again, and you want to bring them around and in.
Still just 1 out. Good speed on the base paths with both Weiser and Sanchez. Huffman sets up outside as Byer will check on the runner and comes in, and that one will be over the head and dumped into shallow right field. Beauregard comes up with it as Coach Cruz going to hold Weiser up at third. So playing a little station-to-station baseball, but that is back-to-back hits for the Wildcats. Back-to-back-to-back hits, 3 in a row. And so that will put Cats on every base. And now Matthew Hernandez to the plate. We will have a courtesy runner come in for Gonzalez, who's the catcher. And that'll be Ruiz on to courtesy run for Gonzalez.
So bases loaded, just 1 out. I know Artesia would like to think about a double playable ball here. Lovington needs to try to avoid doing that, hitting into a double play.
Hernandez 0 for 1, the DH, and the first pitch inside, and I don't know how it missed him, but it did. And somehow Huffman stays with that and keeps Weiser over at third. Oh, 1 ball, no strike count. Byers in his biggest jam of the ball game. Armendariz only playing about halfway out in center and shading over towards the alley. And the 1-0 pitch, and that curveball is going to be in there and even it up at a ball and a strike.
Yeah, nice ball. Coming right in and just right at or under the letters.
You've got Fuentes and Estrada both squeezing in up the middle. You've got the corner players in.
Hernandez's strike zone is not very big.
1-1 pitch as Hernandez takes a good cut at one, but might have been a bit high. So now it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Paredes waits on deck. Bases loaded full of Wildcats. They've put 1 across. They want to put more up on the board. And the 1-2 swung on and missed as Hernandez gets around on that one late, and it was up and in. Strike 3. That'll be the 7th K of the ball game. And so now 2 down is Auden Paredes to the plate. So now let's see what Paredes can do. See if a little 2-out magic can be worked by the bottom of the Cats order. Paredes, the number 9 hitter. Byers takes a long look into Huffman. Huffman now on the outside, and the first pitch to Auden swung on. That's a chopper, could be trouble, and it's going to find its way through into right field. Beauregard comes up with it. 1 run comes around. 2 runs are going to come around. Then a bad throw. It was misplayed by Pacheco at third, and 2 runs going to come across. And so for Paredes, it'll be a 2 RBI single, as that will plate Weiser. It'll plate Sanchez, and then Ruiz will move to third on the error. It'll be an E5 as Paredes moves over to second, but a 2 RBI single to right for Paredes, and Lovington is chopped into it. It's now 18-4.
Yeah, looking
Crooked
good.
number up for Lovington. Top of the lineup to the plate with Gutierrez. And the first pitch will be away to Gutierrez, ball 1. Gutierrez with an infield single his last time up.
He struck out his first time up, so he's 1 for 2.
2 on, 2 out. Ruiz at third, Paredes at second. And the 1-0 on the way, swung on and missed as Jaden chases one high. I think he was thinking it might be that little 11-5 curveball. Instead, it was a high fastball.
Wanted to just take a good swat at it. Just couldn't lay off of that one. Looked too good to him.
Oh, 1 ball, 1 strike count. Fires, deals, fastball swung on. That's a chopper, and that's going to get past a diving Armendariz at first. That'll get one across. Beauregard bobbles it momentarily. Play at the plate, and there will be a rundown. One run comes across as Auden Paredes is going to be tagged. It'll be 9-2 for out number 3, but it will score Ruiz, and 4 runs come across for the Wildcats as Gutierrez with the single, and that'll give him an RBI. So Lovington chops into it. We head to the 5th as Wildcat baseball continues in a moment.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Welcome back to Wildcat Baseball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And in the top of the 4th inning, rather.
Bottom of the 4th.
Bottom of 4th. Hello. Get the tops and the bottoms figured out. Lovington put 4 runs on 6 hits. There was 1 error committed, 1 left on base. So we go to the top of the 5th inning, and it's still an Artesia lead, 18-5 with the call. Here's TJ Miracle.
First pitch to Huffman will be low for ball 1. It is Huffman Beauregard. Actually, it'll be Huffman Rodriguez, and then back to the top for Estrada, 8-9-1. Patrick Sanchez still on the hill, throws that one in the dirt and gets away from Gonzalez, and it'll be ball number 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count as the Cats trying to claw back from what at one point was a 17-run deficit. They've cut it down to 13. And a 2-0 pitch, and that one will be in the dirt, ball 3. And Patrick just needs to concentrate, I think, here on kind of getting it in the zone. Patrick really is a pitcher. He's not really a finesse pitcher, but he's not a power pitcher either, but he really thrives on soft contact, and the 3-0 curveball. That one is going to be up high and in for ball 4. So relies on movement to catch that weak contact, as now it'll be Rodriguez to the plate. He popped out to Ochoa back in the 4th. And so Rodriguez will step up, and I understand we do have a courtesy runner over at first now. We'll see.
So Artesia coach Ortiz taking advantage of the 18-5 lead here and getting some of the reserve players in to bat and to run.
And the 11 bench players that he brings.
Exactly.
He'll pick off attempt and slap tag down. I believe that's going to be Charlie Campbell, number 5. So Campbell on to run. So Campbell at first, and the pitch swung on. That's a line shot, and right into the hands of Ochoa. He comes up, fires over, and tries to double off Campbell. It gets away from McKillop as Campbell scrambles over towards second. And so Rodriguez with the hard line out to Ochoa. And there is one down, and Campbell will scramble to second on the error. So one down, but a runner in scoring position, as that'll turn it back over to the top of the order with Estrada. And Estrada a double away from the cycle. So Campbell at second. As Estrada settles into the right side box, and the first pitch from Patrick is going to be at the top of the zone, called strike 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count.
Estrada, just a great day at the bat for Artesia here.
Yes, he has. Gutierrez over towards second to keep Campbell honest, and the 0-1 pitch curveball inside. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike, so the 1 ball, 1 strike count.
But just because he's had a great day at the bat doesn't mean that Sanchez can't get him here, and Lovington would like to get out efficiently here.
3 for 4 with 4 runs scored and 5 RBIs. Sanchez will check on the runner over at second from the stretch, sets high. And the 1-1 swung on, and that's a chopper up the middle. It's going to find its way through into shallow center field. Weiser gets to it and will fire it in, and scoring the run is Campbell. And so that'll be, doesn't get his double. He gets an RBI single out of that one, then moves to second on the play at the plate. So 19-5, and the 6th RBI of the game for Estrada. Yowza. He has been the biggest cat killer of them all. And so now it'll be Frankie Galindo to the plate. Galindo 1 for 3. He has struck out a couple times, singled and scored in the third, was hit by a pitch and scored in the first. So he'll step in with 1 out and 1 on. So now Galindo with the slightly open stance. Be the first time he faces Sanchez. Patrick looks at the runner, comes to the plate outside, ball 1. Nope, he called it a late strike.
All right.
So a no ball, 1 strike count.
Well, we like that better.
We do. Is Galindo not liking it too much as he kind of looks back at the ump like, really?
Well, 1 out, 1 on. And
he has called that pitch pretty consistently, though, for both teams. So, and the 0-1, and that one's going to be hammered out to left field, but coming in on it is Micah Pondo as he runs in on the line shot, and so Galindo going to line out to left. And there is 2 down now as it'll be Jack Byers to the plate. Byers, an RBI single and scored his last time up. Sac fly in the first, walked, scored in the second, struck out in the third, and then the RBI single in the fourth. So he'll settle in as Sanchez looks over at the runner. Gutierrez holds him, and the pitch sweeps away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strike count. Outfield playing pretty deep. Infield squeezing in a little bit up the middle with 2 outs. Sanchez will deal the fastball, and that one is going to be on the outside corner. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Of course, next up for these Wildcats is a return date with the Bulldogs tomorrow, doubleheader at Brainerd Park in Artesia. Sanchez ready to go, and the 1-1 swung on, and that'll be a chop shot. Ochoa backhands it at short, fires across the diamond, but pulls McKillop off the bag, but a run going to try and come home. McKillop is not going to throw it because Gonzalez is not there, and so Nye Estrada scores. So it'll be as Byers will reach on the E6, and then Estrada
comes in on the E3.
Yeah, well, I think it was an E2 because there was nobody covering.
Okay.
No, he couldn't throw it, so nothing you could do there. So you can't blame McKillop if he throws that one. It's more bases, so it gives up a run. It is an error, but
you are right.
It's on somebody who wasn't covering. So that'll bring Pacheco back to the plate, and he'll take the first pitch and foul that one up into the screen for strike 1. Singled and scored back in the fourth. I think that may be 22. I think that may be Diego Wesson. We'll double check. And the pitch, inside, and that's going to hit him. So that hits Pacheco. So that's 2-tack in running for Byers again. But the hit by pitch for Pacheco. That's the first hit batter for Sanchez, but the third in the ball game for Artesia. And now it'll be Fuentes to the plate. Fuentes, an RBI single his last time up. He's got a couple RBI singles in this one.
Runners at first and second, 2 outs.
And the pitch, and that one's going to be in the dirt, ball 1. So Artesia stretched it back up to a 15-run lead. 20-5 is the score.
So makes it challenging for Lovington.
And a chopper over towards third as Paredes will get it, and then he'll try and outrun the runner, and he will. He'll get the tag down before 2-tack can slide in. So 2-tack is out.
5 unassisted
on 5,
in the book,
yep,
right?
and so Fuentes will go in as a fielder's choice, but 2 more runs come across for Artesia. Do or die time for the Cats. They got to get 6 runs to see a 6th inning. Can they do it? We'll find out in a minute as Wildcat Baseball continues in a moment.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcacnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
And welcome back to Wildcat Baseball. As in that top of the 5th inning, Artesia plated 2 runs on 1 hit. There were 2 errors committed, 2 left on base. So we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Lovington is trailing 20-5, and they've got some work to do with the call. Here's TJ Miracle.
Cam Ochoa will lead it off. He is 0 for 2 and 2 as Byers still on the hill for Artesia, trying to get the complete game, and he will fire that one high for ball 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count. Cam Ochoa, the shortstop for the Cats, settles back in. Byers has the sign he wants from Huffman. And the 1-0 pitch, and swung on and missed. As Ochoa trying to get all of it. He actually stepped out on that one a little bit, stepped towards third, and it pulled the bat away. And evens the count at 1-1. You got to go forward, not away. Unless it's coming inside, then you can do that. Hard to do. 1-1 pitch swung on, and that one will be chopped foul between Coach Cruz in the third base box and the third base bag.
Yeah, better batting, though, to make contact with that, at least. He stepped a foot back and he chopped at it a little bit, but he made contact.
So it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Deep up the middle are the Bulldogs, and the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed as Ochoa goes down swinging. That'll be the 8th K of the ball game for Byers. And so now Micah Pondo to the plate. Pondo with a ringing double to right center his last time up. So he is 1 for 2, and he also has one of Lovington's runs on the board. So now Micah to the plate. As Byers leans over, always from the stretch. Huffman sets up over the middle. And the first pitch curveball, that one is going to be in there. Called strike 1. Is Pondo not wasting any time. He's there, he's ready. And now Byers ready to deal. And the 0-1, and that one will be inside and low. And evens things up at a ball and a strike.
And Lovington has got to put 5 runs on the board.
6.
6, that's right. 5-2.
So it's a 1 ball, 1 strike count.
6 to extend at their time.
Pondo at the plate, and the pitch swung on, and Micah gets a piece of that one and shoots it back to the retaining wall. Strike 2. Estrada and Fuentes up the middle, shading over towards the bag at second slightly, and very deep in their respective holes at short and second. First and third, pretty much their normal positions. You got Armendariz in center, shading slightly over to the right side. And the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed as Pondo chases a high one and comes up empty, and Lovington is down to their final 3 strikes of the ball game. And so now it'll be Fidencio Lujan to the plate to try and keep things moving for the Wildcats.
And he is 0 for 2 and due as he grounded out, struck out. This is his 3rd plate appearance, trying to get a 2-out rally going and trying to get Lovington going, and as they did in the last at bat.
First pitch to Fidencio is going to be outside for ball 1. So Byers trying to close this one out and drop Lovington to 0-4 in district and improve Artesia to 4-0. And the 1-0 pitch, and that one is up and away, ball 2. Artesia, even with the 9-11 record, still the number 7 team in Class 4A in the state, reflective of their wins and also the schedule that they've played so far. So a 2 ball, no strike count to Lujan as Fidencio going to look at that one low, and it gets away from Huffman. Nobody on, no harm, no foul, and it'll be ball 3.
I think Byers is getting just a little too anxious. He smells the end of this game, and he's
anxious and maybe a little
just
tired
working,
too.
yeah, and he's just working really fast, not thinking enough about it maybe. But that's okay. We like that. We'll take it because that means 2 out. The rally is looking more doable for Lovington.
As
Would like
Lujan
to
will take
extend this, yeah.
all 4 and trot on down to first. So now Ryan Weiser to the plate.
Weiser hit by pitch his first time up, and I think he's kind of aggravated. He didn't get a chance to hit. He had a great solid
single and a pickoff attempt, and Lujan back over there. Yeah, he did have a single and scored. He's got 2 of Lovington's 5 runs on the afternoon. So Weiser, slightly open stance. Huffman sets up on the outside. And the first pitch, Ryan will take that one out to the parking lot. Please don't hit the white Toyota. Strike 1. An 0-1 count. And the pitch, Weiser takes that one high in the air to deep center field. Going back is Armendariz. Armendariz has to let that one go over his head. It'll bounce off the Blue Monster. Gets it on the third bounce as Coach Cruz going to hold up Lujan at third. But it's a 2-out double to deep center for Weiser. And the Cats have a bit of a pulse on.
Yes, they do. So runners now at second and third, even with the 2 outs, though. And they do, as you said, 5 runs would just make it 20-10, and they'd still get beaten by the 10-run rule. But 6 would keep them alive.
So they've got some time to go before they get there, but
they were able
to have base runners to do it.
That's right. They were able to put 4 across in the fourth, in the bottom of the fourth, their last at bat.
And now to be Sanchez to the plate, and the first pitch to Patrick. That one is going to miss. Oh, it just hits the inside corner. Strike 1.
Wow.
Patrick a single to right his last time up. He's 2 for 2 with a couple RBIs and a run scored.
Yeah, nice job with the bat today.
As Weiser going to have to go over and get rid of the armor. Give it to Dad over there. Going 0-ball, 1 strike count. Sanchez at the plate. He's 2 for 2. Like to make it 3 for 3. And Byers will fire the 0-1 check swing. He held it up as that one goes outside. And leaving it up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-ball, 1 strike count. Wind is still blowing out to center. Now Huffman on the outside of the plate, and Byers the 1-1. And that one a fastball on the outside, missing ball 2. Huffman wanted it out. Byers threw it out, and it was out of the zone. Trying to get Lovington to chase. Patrick's got a pretty good eye. He is not usually a chaser. And the 2-1 pitch, and ding dong, that one is going to hit him as Patrick will head on down to first as that loads them full of Wildcats. Their best chance of the afternoon is now Ethan Gonzalez to the plate. Gonzalez singled to right his last time up, and now the base is loaded full of Wildcats. And the Cats trying to get all this done with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. They got to have 6 to see a 6th. And now Ethan, the catcher, to the plate. As Byers takes the long look in at Huffman. Just going to worry about the guy at the plate. Nobody really holding anybody. And the first pitch swung on and missed as Ethan goes at a curveball that dies in the dirt and over the top of strike 1. So a 0-ball, 1 strike count. Gonzalez, another one of the Cats that has a pretty good eye. Doesn't normally chase, but he did that time. Was thinking one thing and got something else. And the 0-1 pitch, and that one is going to sweep through and even the count at 1-1. Wounds up low and outside. So the 1-ball, 1 strike count. Sanchez at first, Weiser at second, Lujan at third. 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed as Gonzalez takes a good rip at a Byers fastball, but can't catch it.
Now Lovington down to their final strike here to be able to stay alive in this game. Start bringing those runs across and in.
So it's a 1-ball, 2 strike count. Byers and Huffman trying to get on the same page here. He's shaking a couple off. At some point, you got to think Huffman's going to go, wait, come on, throw what I tell you to. And the 1-2 pitch fastball swung on, and that one is hammered back into the screening foul. As Ethan just getting a tiny bit under that one and shooting it backwards.
Staying alive.
That's what you got to do. Matthew Hernandez waits on deck. And so a 1-2 count as Byers fires, and that one is going to be the curve ball that is going to miss and even things up at 2-2.
It was close.
The Orange faithful groaning on that one. They wanted the strike 3. It was pretty close to a pitch a minute ago that Gonzalez held up on.
Yeah, Gonzalez, he leaned on it, but he didn't offer.
So it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Bases loaded, and the pitch. Fastball in there, called strike 3. As Ethan going to watch strike 3, 10th K of the ball game for Byers, and that will end the Lovington threat. They leave them loaded, and they will fall to Artesia today by a final of 20-5. We'll be back to wrap this one up momentarily. Wildcat Baseball continues in a moment.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Western States Insurance.
Is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
And in the bottom of the 5th inning, Lovington threatens but comes up empty as they score no runs on 1 hit. There are no errors committed and 3 left on base. Your final score in this one is 20-5. Artesia wins, and with the wrap, here is TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Don Morgan. As just too much Artesia today for Lovington. They wind up with 20 runs on 16 hits. They commit 2 errors, and they leave 6 runners out on the base paths. For Lovington, 5 runs, 9 hits. Here's the telling stat: 7 errors, and they leave 5 runners on the bases. Byers goes the complete game, and we'll get the complete game win in this one. The loss will go in the column of Micah Pondo, who was pulled out in the 3rd inning, or rather in the 4th inning. But, you know, Micah didn't pitch badly. It's just had some defensive problems behind him, and, just couldn't stop the hit parade a couple of times. 3 dingers for Artesia in this one. So if you're Lovington, you got to go, all right, take a deep breath. We came out, we made some mistakes, but we still put some runs on the board, and we get another shot at them tomorrow.
That's all you can do?
Yep, it certainly is. So tomorrow it'll be a doubleheader from Brainerd Park in Artesia. You'll be able to see that game on HobbsAmerica.com. Our friends at KSVP will be providing the audio and video for the baseball tomorrow. We'll have the Lady Cats and the softball doubleheader against Portales here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. You'll be with the Hobbs Lady Eagles in Roswell.
That's right.
On the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel. The Hobbs boys are playing right now. All right, and I'm pretty sure there's some Unison Jowl in there too. It'll all be on HobbsAmerica.com tomorrow. So the Cats falling in this one, and we'll go to 0-4 in district. So with that, we will put a wrap on this one and say a big yes, Don.
Oh, home runs for Artesia. You said 3. Who had the 3rd one? There was Estrada had the three RBI home run in the 2nd inning, and then I've got Armandatis with a 3 RBI home run in the 4th inning, and those are the only 2 that I had.
I think you are correct
on
that.
2 home runs. Okay.
I was trying to. I didn't mean to make it worse than it was.
I was going to say.
Thank you for catching me on that.
All right.
All right, so with that, we will put a wrap on things. Tonight's game brought to you by Bob's Thriftway, Western States Insurance, Eunice Pump and Supply, Devon Energy, First American Bank of Lovington, Lovington Auto Supply, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Stonewall Field Services, and the Lovington Municipal Schools. For Tiff Stuber and Evie Stuber, keeping an eye and an ear on things, back ahead 1 Radio Square for Don Morgan. I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Wildcat Park. Thanks for watching and listening to Lovington Wildcat Baseball from Walmart Digital and 1 Radio Square Sports. Good night, everybody.